Hey everyone, how are you enjoying the party so far? We have some great tips and tricks lined up for you. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jessica Huber, and I have a salon in Hazelton, North Dakota. So, I am a hairstylist and makeup artist, and I've been with Limelight for almost 3 years. So, it is so fun for me to play with the products and find ways to make them simpler for you guys to use because it is a professional line, so it does come with a little bit of a learning curve sometimes. A little bit goes a long way. So with our foundation today, I have just a quick summer tip. It adds some extra moisture and gives you like a nice dewy finish to your face. So stay tuned and I will show you that. Okay, so I am just barefaced. I just have my normal skincare on. And before I apply my foundation, I add our perfect sunscreen. This is SPF 30. So this is like a moisturizer, a primer, and a protector all in one. It leaves your skin like just a little bit of a tacky feel, so your foundation sticks to it really well, but could easily just be thrown with a little bit of powder over the top to just kind of get rid of any shine if you're not a foundation wearer. But it has chicory root in it, which is an amazing anti-aging agent, and it helps firm up your skin as well, which is awesome. So this is always on my face before I do anything. And then I am just going to start with a couple concealers. This is actually our complexion palette, and our concealers are waterproof. So if you need a great, like, sweat proof water, if you're at the lake or the river, these are amazing. You can find one in your skin tone and use it actually as a foundation as well. So it helps give you a waterproof base. But I am just going to cover up a little bit of dark circles before we get started with foundation. So I just warm it up on my finger, and I'm just going to pat it underneath my eye. Our foundation we're going to do today is very sheer. So if you have any imperfections you want out of the way, I would do concealers first. I just lightly pat that around a little bit on the lid. I get a little dark in the corner there. And it's allergy season, so my eyes take on a different shape for a little while until my system gets used to that. And then the number one concealer is kind of a green tinted concealer. So it works amazing to cover any redness if you have any acne spots, rosacea. I do get a little pink through my cheeks and around my nose. So I'm just going to pat that in there and get rid of the redness. Nobody's got time for redness. But otherwise, everything is pretty well balanced today. And then I'm just going to take the foundation. The foundation is also a wax-based botanical foundation, so a little bit goes a long way. These are professional products. You don't need a whole lot. I'm just going to scrape out a little bit. Normally, I would just take my tool, my Blunderful, or my brush right in there, but I'm just going to put a little bit on the tip of my finger. You don't need a lot. This is just like a little grain size. And then I'm going to add our Due Date face oil. This is going to make it kind of a BB cream feel, so really light on your face. This Due Date is chocked full of essential oils, so it is very good for your skin. Very hydrating. It gives you kind of a nice glowy look, but it's not going to make you look greasy, and it keeps your face hydrated all day. So just a tiny little pump of that. It does come out really fast. So And then I'm just going to work these two together. Make it just a little oil concoction here and pat this on. My foundation color right now is an olive 3. I did just grab an olive 4 because I was almost out of my other one, so it might be a tish too dark for me right now. Actually, it might blend pretty well. Spring, summer is hard when you're like almost out of foundation because you know you're going to get a little darker. So I almost like to just pop everybody up a shade from what they normally would be. And if your foundation's ever too dark for you, you can grab this No. 1 concealer and just mix a little bit in there, and it is going to just bring it down a shade for you until you are actually into the right color. And always blend down your neck. You want your foundation to match your chest, not your actual neck, because if I would match that to my neck, I would be white, because I have like this patch in here that never ever tans. It's so annoying. So just make sure you're blending to your chest, and that matches in really well. And then just make sure you have that patted around. Generally, I would use a tool, a blender or a brush, but this is super fast. We don't want to take time for things in the summer, right? So super fast. We are just going to pat that on with our fingers. And it has really nice sheer coverage. If you need spots with a little more, just put a little more foundation on there. It's actually pretty good, so you can always just pat a little more over the top. And it gives you a beautiful, healthy, glowy finish. I do set mine first with Time Setter. Get this all over here. Our setting spray. So I do the setting spray first. After this means I have that oil mixed in there. I don't want to put my powder directly on. It kind of will stick a little bit. So add your Time Setter. Always set your foundation. Being our foundations are wax based, they should be set with either a powder or a finishing spray. You can kind of pat that in. I like to pat it in like my under eye area through my T-zone. Make sure it's nice and solid. And then just add a little bit if you don't like so much of the shine. I kind of just dab it through my midsection here. It's a translucent powder, so it is not going to discolorize anything. It is very sheer. And amazing if you are taking pictures, family pictures, or weddings. It's not going to give you that flashback from the camera. So it photographs very well. So I'm just going to add a little to the center. I don't mind if the outside's a little dewier. And then under my eyes, I always take a smaller brush and make sure, if you are around my age, you kind of get a little bit of under eye lines. Make sure they are smoothed out before you set it with this, or you will just lock in your wrinkles. We don't want to do that. So I just make sure I set this really good, concentrated with a smaller brush. So that is it. If you have any questions, make sure you contact me or the beauty guide that you work with, and we can get you hooked up with a color match and find an awesome foundation shade for you. Have a great rest of your day.